it doesn't really matter because I don't go out after 8 p.m.
Only people walking their dogs can be outside after 8 p.m. within a 1-kilometer radius after Quebec adopts stricter lockdown measures, including a curfew to curb COVID cases. Most people here seem to be respecting the curfew. Saturday night, police were patrolling the streets across the province to make sure everyone stayed at home, ready to hand out fines to anyone breaking the curfew.
Usually I stay home after 6 p.m. I usually go out early in the morning for walk, so I don't really pay attention. But today I noticed that it's much less people on the street.
I do have a puppy. I didn't go out after 8 o'clock because she actually can hold it.
The effects of the curfew may take some time to be noticeable, but as the province adds more than 2,500 new COVID-19 cases and 39 additional deaths Sunday, the Montrealers we spoke to had mixed feelings about staying home.
It's probably a necessity. It's hard, but I do understand it, and hopefully it will help and get the numbers down. It does seem very weird, very strange, but I do understand.
It seems to have worked in other countries, and I'm kind of jealous when I think of the countries that are more free right now because they did really early lockdowns.
Curfews have not been proven scientifically to work or to slow the spread of the virus. So I'm not in favor of them.
The curfew is expected to last 4 weeks, during which people will not be allowed to go outside after 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. the next morning. In his Facebook post early on Saturday morning, Premier François Legault reminded people that if they were caught breaking curfew without a valid reason or without carrying the appropriate papers to document the need or that they're an essential worker, they could face fines between $1,000 and $6,000. Police were out patrolling the streets across the province to ensure people were respecting the curfew. SPVM spokesperson Officer Jean-Pierre Brabant says 17 tickets were issued to Montrealers during an anti-curfew protest in the city, but that most people did respect the new measure.
There were 17 tickets that were issued, but in general, it went really well. People understood and respected the curfew starting at 8 p.m. We had officers all around the city of Montreal that were patrolling with their flashers on to be visible and to make people understand that the curfew was active and was on starting at 8 p.m. So I would say in general, we had a really good evening. People really understood that the curfew was at 8, and at this point, I think so it was a successful evening yesterday.
It's people paying attention to this, and hopefully in general, if it reduces people's like going in and out, reducing the number of gatherings, I think it can be effective.
In Montreal, Samsara Rainville, City News.